Grand Prix. Cale Drake bested his Keith Kunz Curb Agajanian teammate last night in our driver v driver matchup. Tonight he's going to go up against the Texan Kyle Jones. On the left hand side of your screen you can find Kyle Jones's lineup. You can find him post race in the public lobby at USAC Driver 1. He's got Kevin Thomas Jr., Cale Kunz, himself, Gunnar Setzer, and Sam Johnson. Cale Drake to the right, as I said, last night's winner in the driver v driver matchup. He's got Gavin Miller, Steven Snyder Jr., Hayden Reinbold, Gunnar Setzer, and Sam Johnson. Let's take a look at your run of show tonight for the NOS Energy Drink USAC National Midget Championship, and pretty much the same schedule we saw last night with our support division being the Kokomo Sprint Cars, which, by the way, has a fantastic entry list, over 30 cars, a lot of really good national, regional, and local cars in the pit area tonight for the Sprint Cars. But looking at your schedule for the NOS Energy Drink USAC National Midget, back to our regular 4-heat race format. With that being said, engine heat currently on the Speedway right now. From there, we'll go into our dirt shaft hot laps, then into our 2-lap qualifications run in Honest Abe Roofing. Qualifying 4 heat races tonight, top 5 advance straight into the feature event. 6 on back to the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts semi-feature, where we take just a few more out of there into tonight's feature event for the NOS Energy Drink USAC National Midget Championship. Well, you may have noticed, and we just talked about it too, with it going to 4 heat races tonight, 2 really notable cars have showed up in the pit area along with all the drivers we saw from last night, namely multi-time USAC national winners in both sprint cars and midgets, Emerson Axum and Timez Thomas Meserol, fresh off his Knoxville Raceway points debut last night in Iowa. But let's focus on Emerson Axum for a second. Pretty late deal with Keith Kunz Curb Agajanian to get this car down and ready to go for Emerson. Of course, we were supposed to be here Friday night and Saturday night. Emerson, of course, last night was at the Tri-State Speedway down in Hobstadt with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, where he recorded a very impressive top 5, of course, a very stout field everywhere the World of Outlaws goes, and especially with some of the local heroes down at Hobstadt. Really impressive result for Emerson Axum. But every time he's been paired up with Keith Kunz Curb Agajanian, he's always been in the conversation to win, especially last year down at Indiana Midweek at the Lincoln Park Speedway in Putnamville, Indiana, where he scored that win. Ultimately had to leave Indiana Midweek while he was atop the standings, a very weird circumstance for sure. But Emerson, glad to see him back in the race car here tonight, especially here at Kokomo Speedway, as it was this race back in 2021 he was able to snag his first career win with the NOS Energy Drink USAC National Midgets with Scott Petrie's outfit in the number 15. A lot of good stories, Brian. That's just one of them as we get ready to go for the second and final night of the Kokomo Grand Prix here live on FloRacing.
Indeed, thank you very much. Cars making their way out to the racing surface right now. Get a little bit of heat and also finish ironing in the racing surface. Looking ahead on the 2025 schedule, next time on track for the United States Auto Club, it is Let's Race 2 as we join up with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars. That'll be at Eldora Speedway this coming Friday and Saturday night. A reminder, that is a split stream program. If you want to watch the Outlaws, you got to have Dirt Vision. You want to watch USAC, that will be on FloRacing. Just a heads up before we head into Eldora. Silver Crown Champ Car Series back on track. Winchester Speedway, that'll be on Sunday, May 4th. The Rich Vogler Classic on hand as the big cars take on the high banks. Sprint cars back on track. That'll be on May 9th and 10th. Bloomington Speedway down in Bloomington, Indiana will be the Larry Rice Classic. The Spring Showdown at Hopstadt, Indiana, that's going to be on May 10th. And then it is off to another high-banked oval, the Belleville High Banks and the Belleville Short Track, as USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship will have 2 nights of racing on the short track, and the Champ Cars going to make their way onto the big track. They will practice on Friday night, race on Saturday. That'll be on May 16th and 17th. And then Sweet Springs Motorsports Complex welcomes the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship for a Sunday showdown on May 18th. To see all of these schedules and more, make sure to follow us at USACRacing.com, on Facebook, on X, and on Instagram. Don't forget, throughout the 2025 season, you can be part of the action with a chance to win with Play USAC, offering you, the fans, ways to put money on your favorite drivers with top sports books and daily fantasy providers offering odds and exclusive sign-up offers for USAC racing fans. There's never been a better time to give it a try. Visit nxtbets.com/playusac for more information or scan the code here on the broadcast to see what's available in your state. Void where prohibited. Must be 21 years or older to participate. Play responsibly. If you find yourself in the grips of addiction, there's help at 1-800-GAMBLER. Looking at the odds provided to the United States Auto Club by NXTBets.com. Dayson Pursley right now sitting in the odds-on favorite at plus 157. Cannon McIntosh at 229. Logan Seavey, mechanical problems last night with the rear end. Looking to rebound here tonight, sitting at plus 488. A little bit more of the long shot odds. We look down at Gavin Miller at a 69.92 and Carter Sarv sitting at 16.567. So still time to download. Of course, all of the betting is already locked in for tonight, but you can check out NXTBets.com, and depending on where you are located, it will automatically pick up what is available or not available in your state. But NXTBets.com/play USAC. NOS Energy, where boundaries are merely suggestions. Fuel up, fire up, and never look back with NOS Energy. It's human horsepower. Try one today and follow them on social media at NOS Energy Drink. Of course, you can pick up a complimentary can of NOS Energy Drink when you go to the sampling station located just down from the grandstands. Get after it, race fans, with NOS Energy. Racing Electronics is the #1 company in race communications and the official race communication provider of the United States Auto Club. Racing Electronics has over 30 years of experience and serves every form of auto racing. Don't forget, when you show up to a USAC national event, you can hear all of the FloRacing broadcast audio when you bring your scanner and tune into frequency 454.5000. Learn more and shop today at racingelectronics.com. Cookout presents always fresh, never frozen burgers, barbecue, hot dogs, all cooked fresh every day. And get this, over 40 different flavors of shakes, all prepared fresh and made by hand every day. It's all yours. To find a Cookout location near you, go to cookout.com. Sunoco is the official race fuel of the United States Auto Club. As the world's largest manufacturer of racing fuel, Sunoco has been the trusted standard of motorsports for over 50 years. Known for innovation, consistency, and high performance, Sunoco Fuels has been the choice of racers in virtually every form of motorsports, from grassroots to premier international series. Committed to supporting racing community, Sunoco powers champions and fuels unforgettable moments at the track. Car IQ has created a payment solution aimed at fleets that allows cars and trucks to connect to gas pumps to pay for fuel without the need of a fuel card or a credit card. Car IQ Payment Solutions, Car IQ Pay, replaces fleet card products to protect against fraud while significantly reducing back-office vehicle reconciliation. Learn more at gocariq.com today. Hoosier Racing Tires' mission is to be the dominant customer-driven provider of racing tires to teams domestically and internationally. Their existence and continued success are dependent upon how well they meet their responsibilities to serve their customers by providing safe, quality products to amateur and professional motorsports teams. For more information on the tires designed for champions, go online to HoosierTire.com. Still time to download and play along on the Dirt Draft app, where you can now create leagues. You can do your own private USAC league with your racing crew, family, or your local track gang. Start whenever you want, whether it's on the opening night, mid-season, or even in the final stretch. Track your leaderboard in real time with custom USAC scoreboards. Set your own buy-in rules, event by event, for a shot at the whole league, or just a race by race. And you can win speed shot points for top finishing positions and bragging rights. Remember, you can now subscribe as a new user with referral code USAC and get a $20 gift card to USACgear.com. Indy Metal Finishing is the official sponsor of the USAC Work Area. Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located only minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodized and chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. For more information, go online to IndyMetalFinishing.com. Whether you're running a go-kart, a micro, midget, modified, sprint car, late model, Silver Crown, or even the tractor, Rod & Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performing at your maximum potential. Since 1989, Rod & Supply has provided superior products priced competitively with prompt and courteous service. Remember, they don't just sell them, they race them. Visit rodandsupply.com for more information. K1 Race Gear was born in 2003 with a philosophy of offering products to customers that they would be proud to use. At K1 Race Gear, they are racers, and they understand the value of buying quality racing products at a reasonable price. To meet the needs of their customers, they strive to provide quality racing equipment, including shoes, suits, driving gloves, helmets, and more to racers of all ages at a great value. Whether your son or daughter is just starting out in the sport or they have a lifelong passion for racing, they have the products you need to get them down the road. Contact K1 Race Gear today or visit at K1RaceGear.com. The official fire prevention solution of the United States Auto Club is Inferno Armor, created for the motorsports industry and now used in many other applications. Inferno Armor quickly and easily makes fabrics fire retardant and heat resistant. Inferno Armor can be used on any fabric to reduce the spread of fire and effectively block the transmission of conductive and radiant heat. Simply put, it's high-performance fire protection in a convenient spray. Inferno Armor presenting the fire move of the night in all 3 USAC national divisions throughout the 2025 season, where they will award the driver who puts on a fire of a show a complimentary bottle of Inferno Armor. Last night's recipient, Cale Coons, in his USAC National Midget A-Main debut with a top 10 finish. The USAC merchandise trailer is fully stocked with the official gear for the 2025 season. T-shirts, hats, hoodies, and all the race day must-have gear. Make sure to follow the USAC Gear Facebook page for new merch and special offers all season long. While you're down there, you can find out each USAC driver's name, hometown, sponsor, chassis, and engine information by purchasing a driver roster. They're available for only $1 at the USAC merchandise trailer. Not only can you get whether it's your hat, your hoodie, or your sweatshirt, but also custom USAC blankets. Supplies are limited, less than 20 in stock. It's going to be chilly tonight, and well, it'll be a nice thing to keep you warm, or during the summer, makes a nice seat cushion. Might even add a little equity to the home when you toss it on the couch. Make sure and grab yours while supplies last. Of course, Dirt Draft Hot Laps will be coming up here in just a little bit. We'll roll into Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Tonight's quick qualifier receiving an extra $150. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts bringing you tonight's semi-feature event. Your Rod Supply Hard Charger during the feature, also getting an extra $150 tonight. And, of course, remember, when you can't be there live, you can catch every USAC national event on FloRacing. Since 2019, the big question on social media, is it on Flo? The answer, yes. Every USAC national event, every time, exclusively on FloRacing. Dirt Draft Hot Lap groups have been posted out to USAC social media channels. Again, 4 groups of Dirt Draft Hot Laps will be coming up here in just a little bit. We'll have Kokomo Sprint Car Hot Laps and group qualifying to start things off. 32 non-wing sprint car drivers on hand here tonight. We'll follow that up with our Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Then we'll go into opening ceremonies for this evening. We'll start things off with our heat races in our sprint cars. Come back with our USAC National Midget Heat Races. B feature for the sprint cars, semi-feature for the midgets. If track work is needed, we might take a little break right there. And tentatively, we'll have sprint cars and then end out the night with our USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship going 30 laps. So cars continuing to pace around the Kokomo Speedway here in the broadcast. We're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be back. Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing. Sprint cars continue to pace their way around the Kokomo Speedway, still trying to iron in the racing surface. A couple of midgets still making their way out to get some heat beneath the bonnets. We'll have midgets start to exit down into the pit area. We'll have the sprint cars remain out. They'll start buzzing the track and getting things worked in. Again, 28 drivers with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship on hand here tonight, picking up 2 from last night. Thomas Meserol back behind the wheel of the Team Engler owned at number 7X. And Emerson Axum behind the wheel of a KKM Kerbagajanian entry here this evening. Axum in action the last 2 nights with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars. In fact, has not missed a night yet with the Outlaws, so it begs the question. He hasn't said anything officially, but I know there was some talk as to whether or not he would run the full Outlaw schedule in the 2025 season, but that remains to be seen. So, again, he has not missed a show thus far. Had a very good run last night down at Tri-State with a 4th place finish. Drake alluded during pre-race Thomas Meserol on track last night in the Kayleen Verville number 01 at Knoxville in 360 competition, a 19th place run in the feature event. So again, if you're just joining us in the stands or on the broadcast, we are just getting rolling here as we have cars continuing to pace around the speedway. Again, we'll have the sprint cars begin to buzz the turns and try to work things in here. Of course, the voice of the Kokomo Speedway, Jake Dalton, joining me up here in the tower. 32 drivers on hand. Last night's feature event, a bit of a barn burner as Robert Ballou looked like he had her in the bag as he was able to work the top side off of turn number 2 with a massive run on Kevin Thomas Jr. Bolted up to the lead, caution with 2 laps to go, and the restart. And that's where Kevin Thomas was able to jump back and retake it.
Barn burner, when I look back, really feels like an understatement sometimes because, yes, it was a green-white checker to kick off the year here at Kokomo Speedway, and just like Brian talked about, Robert Ballou, Kevin Thomas Jr., and Cale Drake was throwing his hat into the mix as well. And Cale Drake charged all the way up from P16 to throw his name into that fight. But Brian is absolutely right. They went at it last night in the non-wing 410 sprints, and we are looking forward to another slobber knocker of a match for them tonight in that main event feature.
Of course, the sprint cars continuing to pace around the racetrack. You may notice on the broadcast in a couple of shots, nobody in the grandstands on the front straightaway. Well, that's because everybody is on the back straightaway this weekend. Construction continuing here at the Kokomo Speedway as they have completely redone the grandstands, the concession area, everything in the midway down underneath the grandstands. That is all brand new. So the front straightaway closed here this weekend. Everybody on the back straightaway. We appreciate all of our fans' understanding of that, and of course look forward to all the improvements when they are wrapped up. And they don't have a whole lot of time to get some work done here because they've got another big show rolling into Kokomo in, well, just a couple of weeks.
Just a couple of weeks, absolutely. It'll be May 12th that we are looking forward to. That'll be the Midweek Mayhem. We will see the Wing 410 sprints as well as Kubota High Limit Racing will be making their appearance, and that is a Monday night that we will be throwing down here at Kokomo. We're looking forward to that, as well as May 25th with BC's Indiana Double. That is when we will see these local non-wing 410 sprints again. That'll be the first time as well this year that we see some modifieds and some Thunder cars out here on the dirt at Kokomo.
So I talk about work ongoing here at the Kokomo Speedway. You can see one of those gentlemen is actually in the grandstands doing work right now. He's installing handrails, or at least mocking them up right in front of the press box. So even as the cars are on track, crews are continuing to work here on a beautiful Sunday evening to complete repairs and updates here to the Kokomo Speedway. Jake, looking down on your schedule, of course, you've got the Kubota High Limit Series coming in here for a Monday for their Midweek Mayhem. And after that, you've got the BC's Indiana Double, non-wing 410 sprints, modifieds, Thunder cars. That'll be the second show in the month of May. Only one show in the month of June, and well, that's Indiana Midget Week, as we'll be back here on June 8th. July, you got a couple of shows. August, though, kind of busy.
August is the big one. That's the one that I myself am looking forward to. I'm sure there's people watching on FloRacing right now. I'm sure there's fans sitting in the stands that are looking forward to that. The big-time Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts Sprint Car Smackdown, August 21st, 2nd, and 3rd. That is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 straight nights of racing. And last year, these guys went at it, and I love the one-on-ones. I love coming in, people filling out their brackets. That's one of the nights I look forward to all year long.
That is also a massive charity race. A lot of money is raised for local children's charities, so that is one you definitely want to mark on your calendar in the month of August. Into October, and the Kokomo Clash is back to end out the season October 10th and 11th. Fans want to know what's going on. Where can they go?
They can find everything right at Kokomo Speedway on Facebook, as well as on the Kokomo Speedway website, kokomospeedway.net. Best way to keep up with everything going on here at Kokomo Speedway. We'll be here going at it all year long. Looking forward to a great 2025.
Yeah, I want to emphasize it is not .com, it is .net, .net, kokomospeedway.net for all the news, notes, and information you want on Indiana's baddest bull ring. Of course, USACRacing.com is where you want to go for all the news, notes, points, and updates on the United States Auto Club, from our National Touring Series to our regional championship chases. You can find it all at USACRacing.com, on Facebook, on X, as well as on Instagram. Corner starting to dull just a little bit here as we continue to wind up the right rears and sling a little bit of the slime up off of the top layer of the Kokomo Speedway. So just a few more minutes before we're able to get to speed here with the Kokomo Sprint Cars on the broadcast. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back to the Grand Prix.
Let's race 2 at the Big E. The best of USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Racing takes on the breathtaking half-mile dirt oval of Ohio's Eldora Speedway for 2 straight electric nights on May 2nd and 3rd. Last year's Let's Race 2 winners Robert Ballou and Justin Grant each scored in spectacular fashion, and this year they're not only gunning for Eldora glory once more, they're also shooting for $10,000 to win each night. On-track action begins at 6 Eastern. Don't miss one of the biggest blockbusters of the entire season. Unable to fit it in your busy schedule? Tune in and catch it live on FloRacing.
The Hoosier 100 returns to Carb Night Classic on Friday, May 23rd at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. Watch as stars of the USAC Silver Crown Series battle it out for 100 miles. Plus, see the USF Pro Championship, National Pavement Midgets, and All-Star Pavement Midgets, all in the same night with the same ticket. Enjoy free parking and camping. Plus, kids 12 and under receive free general admission. Get your tickets now at raceirp.com.
Bring it on. The first week of June in the Hoosier State is reserved for the biggest slate of USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship racing action on the planet. The 21st annual edition of USAC Indiana Midget Week consists of high-intensity action at 6 dirt tracks across 6 consecutive nights, June 3rd through the 8th. It all starts on Tuesday at Circle City before continuing on to Paragon on Wednesday and Lincoln Park on Thursday. It all winds up with a weekend stretch in Bloomington on Friday, Tri-State Speedway on Saturday, while Kokomo serves as the tantalizing series finale on Sunday. USAC Indiana Midget Week is the hottest ticket in town, with sprint cars also serving as a support class each and every night, June 3rd through the 8th. Check out USACRacing.com for all the details, and we'll see you at the racetrack. It's time to get after it in the summer of 2025. USAC NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week, presented by Honest Abe Roofing, is ready to launch July 24th through August 2nd. The action begins on the 24th with the series debut at the dirt track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Speedway. Then it's off to Lincoln Park Speedway on the 25th, Kokomo Speedway on the 26th, and then down to Lawrenceburg Speedway on the 27th. The week closes out strong with the final four at Circle City Raceway on July 30th, the Terre Haute Action Track on the 31st, Wilmington Speedway on August 1st, before heading into the series finale at Tri-State Speedway on the 2nd. 8 nights of USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship action at 8 premier Hoosier State speed plants. Indiana Sprint Week 2025. It's the fastest 8 nights in motorsports. It's an exciting new chapter for Honest Abe Roofing Lincoln Park Speedway in 2025. 26 nights dot the calendar at the Putnamville, Indiana Dirt Oval between April and September. Catch a wide variety of action, including weekly racing series, special events, and major regional sprint car races at the beloved Hoosier State venue. 5 USAC national events take place this season, including 4 AMSOIL National Sprint Car shows on April 11th, July 4th, and July 5th, followed by NOS Energy Drink USAC Indiana Sprint Week, presented by Honest Abe Roofing on July 25th. The track also welcomes the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midgets for Indiana Midget Week on June 5th. For more info, visit LincolnParkSpeedway.com and race with us at the world's fastest 5/16 mile dirt oval located in the heart of downtown Putnamville.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing, singling things down to our group qualifying number 1. Here with your Kokomo Sprint Cars. Track starting to take shape nicely, and Jake, fantastic field of cars on hand.
Absolutely a fantastic field of cars. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, here at the racetrack and on FloRacing? My name is Jake Dalton. I'm the track announcer here at Kokomo. The main man over there, Brian, is going to be taking a bit of a breather until the USAC squad gets out here for some National Midgets action, and we will be turning our eyes to the local Kokomo sprint cars. And as we talked about, it certainly was a barn burner, just like Brian put it, of a feature last night. Kevin Thomas Jr. was able to hang on in the end. Robert Ballou chased him down. Cale Drake chased him down. They made him earn it, but Kevin Thomas Jr. did hang on in the end. 29 sprint cars last night. Tonight we come with 32. We've added a few and we've lost a couple. As we've sat here and talked about Kevin Thomas Jr. and how he was the big dog last night, something important to point out, Kevin Thomas Jr. not on the list tonight for the Kokomo non-winged 410 sprint cars. So Kevin Thomas Jr. won't be going back-to-back to open 2025 here tonight. We will be crowning a different winner for the A-Main feature when we get to that point. But like I said, 32 cars will be looking to make that field, and we'll be looking for one driver to stand tall in the end once we get to that point in the night. We are just about to drop the green flag and get things underway. Last night, Cale Drake took the fast time as the green flag does drop. And hot laps officially underway here for the Kokomo Sprint Cars. Like I said, Cale Drake took the fast time last night with a 12.966. 12.966 was the fast time last night for night 1 of the Kokomo Grand Prix for the Kokomo Sprints. We will see who grabs fast time here tonight. And last night, Cale Drake was the lone driver to step us into the 12 seconds. Everyone else 13 or faster as the white flag waves on our first group here in Group 1. In Group 1 does feature Tony Hilton in the 87, Braden Cromwell in the number 4, Cameron LaRose in the 13P, Jack Hoyer in the 57, Todd Hobson in the 44, Shane Cottle in the 86, Chance Crum in the 83C, and Colin Grissom in the 00G. That is a squad that makes up group number 1, and as the checker flag waves, will be Chance Crum up at the top, 13.498. 13.498 will start as the time to beat following Group 1. That is Chance Crum right there as he rolls his way off in that 83C. 13.498 will start as the time to beat. We will wait for Group 2 to roll their way on. Group 2 going to roll their way on, and a couple new drivers here in Group 2 that were not here last night that we expect to be fast. One of those is going to be the 66 of Jaden Rogers, was not here for night 1. We'll see what Jaden Rogers can do here in night 2. But another big dog name here in Group 2, Kyle Cummins, here for night 2 of the Kokomo Grand Prix for the Kokomo Sprint Cars. Kyle Cummins in the 3P Racing out of Princeton, Indiana, will be one to watch. Can he take home night 2 for the Kokomo Sprints? want to say thanks to some of the folks that make racing possible here at Kokomo, such as H&R Industrial. With decades of experience in industrial manufacturing, H&R Industrial is dedicated to quality-driven systems and has positioned itself to be a partner throughout the entire manufacturing process, as well as R.E. Griesmer Fire Protection. Griesmer Fire Protection has been installing fire sprinkler systems throughout the state of Indiana since 1976, and their expertise varies and includes providing customized fire protection for commercial, retail, industrial, and distribution facilities. You can find out more info at regriesmer.com. Some of the other folks that make racing possible here at Kokomo Speedway: Omni Source of Kokomo, United Auto Workers, Financial Builders of Kokomo, Remington Auto Parts, Fox Paving. Just some of the few folks that make racing possible here at Kokomo, and a big thanks to all of them that make it possible here at Kokomo Speedway. Group 2 going to roll their way on now. And like I said, Group 2 is going to feature Jaden Rogers and Kyle Cummins, a couple names that were not here last night. We will see what kind of speed they can bring. Looking at some other cars here in this group, Zach Pretorius in the 9Z was here last night. Actually got caught up in a bit of a scrap in the A main where he saw himself go into the wall and his left rear took some big damage. Zach Pretorius will be looking for a better finish here tonight. Saban Bybent in the number 5, Harley Burns in the 16. As I said, Jaden Rogers in the 66, Cole Kirkman in the 81, a driver that was not here for night 1. Good to see him here. Abby Holbein in the 2A, Kyle Cummins in the 3P, and Cale Drake, last night's fast time setter for the Kokomo Sprints. Can he look for 2 nights in a row to have his name up at the top? As I said, 32 sprint cars, 29 last night. We added a few, lost a couple. As I said, Kevin Thomas Jr., last night's winner, not running tonight in the Kokomo Sprint Cars. So we'll be crowning a different winner tonight, no matter what. Can we crown a first-time winner? Will it be a repeat winner? These guys are going to come around and take the green. They are chasing down Chance Crum up at the top. Green drops right here on the 3P of Kyle Cummins. Group 2 underway. As the checkered flag falls, it will be Kyle Cummins that throws his name up to the top, 13.386. 13.386. Now the time to beat Kyle Cummins. As I said, not here last night. He is here for night 2 and makes his presence known as he throws his name up to the top. 13.386. Still 2 groups to go. And these groups featuring some fast cars. He's going to have some bullets to dodge. 13.386. New fast time. Moving right along, Group 3 is going to roll their way out. That is the 6T of Trey Osborne right there. Another driver that was not here last night, here ready for night 2. Looking at some other cars here in this group, James Turnbull in the 2J. Landon Butler in the 18. Racing from Bushnell, Florida, as well as James Turnbull coming all the way from California, as they are racing from all over the United States here tonight. Scotty Weir in the 21. He is just out of Marion, Indiana. Kyle Shipley coming all the way from the West Coast and from Phoenix, Arizona in the 0G. Matt Goodnight in the 39. CJ Leary in the 4P right there from Greenfield, Indiana. And Kayla Rell in the 4K. We'll round out our third group here. And still a fourth group to come. Last night we had 3 groups, but 4 groups here for night 2 for the non-wing 410 sprints. As we're looking forward to a great night here on night 2 of the Kokomo Grand Prix. First time we've been able to have this thing since 2021. And last night, what a night 1 it was, not only for our Kokomo 410 sprints, but the USAC National Midgets. Jacob Denny in a rocket ship was able to pull away from the field. We will see who can get it done once USAC and the National Midgets come back out. First, we are looking for a fast time. Here in the Kokomo Sprint Cars, Kyle Cummins up at the top right now. 13.386, still the time to beat. Can anyone here in this group nab fast time? Drivers are being told lights out. We'll drop the green flag. Group 3 going to try to throw their name up to the top. 13.386, Kyle Cummins, time to beat. Green drops on the 0G of Kyle Shipley. And Group 3 underway. Checkered flag in the air for Group 3, and the fast time has changed around a few times here, as I have seen 3 different drivers pop the fast time from Kyle Cummins. And there we see it on the screen there, as it is Trey Osborne that has now thrown his name up to the top. You can also see Matt Goodnight and CJ Leary have beat that former time of 13.386. That was the time to beat. And we have a new top 3, Trey Osborne, Matt Goodnight, CJ Leary, all able to take the time, but 13.131. 13.131 is the time that stands tall. Trey Osborne in the 6T, not the 16T, but Trey Osborne grabs the top time. Still one more group to come out, though, that he's going to have to survive, and still some fast names in this final group, like the madman Robert Ballou in the number 12, the one that gave Kevin Thomas Jr. everything that he could handle last night. Robert Ballou will make his appearance here in this final group, and they'll be trying to chase down Trey Osborne up at the top. So fourth and final group going to roll their way on for the Kokomo 410 sprints. Again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And what is up, race fans? Whether you're here at the racetrack or tuning in live on FloRacing, it is a pleasure to have you all with us as we are here for a Sunday night of racing action. Night 2 of the Kokomo Grand Prix, fourth and final group. Going to come out for the Kokomo sprints. As I said, this group is going to feature the madman Robert Ballou in that red number 12. Rylan Gray comes out in the number 1 as well. Looking at some other names there in this group. Braden Clark in the 4C. Anthony Nicholson, a 16N, and Austin Corey in the 00. 2 drivers that were not here last night. And Austin Corey was here. Austin Corey was here. I don't believe Anthony Nicholson was, as we have multiple drivers showing up here for night 2. Bo Brandon, the 21BB. As I said, Rylan Gray and Robert Ballou, as well as Aaron Davis in the number 11, and Dave Gross in the 37. If you guys get a good look at that red and white 37 out there of Dave Gross, that is a good-looking Kokomo sprint car. Coming to lights out this time, they are chasing down Trey Osborne, fourth and final group here for the Kokomo Sprints. 13.131 time to beat. Checkered flag waves. And as it waves here on the fourth and final group, looks like Trey Osborne will stand tall in the end. So Trey Osborne's time will stand tall, 13.131, 13.131 as Trey Osborne grabs fast time here for night 2. Cale Drake got it in night 1. Night 2 belongs to Trey Osborne, but we'll be looking forward to heat racing and mains later tonight and who can really get it done when we get into racing later tonight. But that is going to do it for the non-wing Kokomo 410 sprints. I'm going to throw it back over to the main USAC man, Brian. And ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for some USAC National Midgets. Brian, take it away.
Thank you very much. Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1 for the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship, making its way out to the Speedway. First driver to tell you about in action last night with World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars. Back behind the wheel of a Keith Coons Curb Agajania Midget here tonight. It's the Mobile 1 TRD Link Speedway Toyota pound number 67K of Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum making his way on the back straightaway. Rolling through turns 1 and 2 out of Wheatfield, Indiana, driver the Horizon Carpentry, Mongo Crane, Atlas Chevrolet Spike number 17. That is Adam Taylor. Adam Taylor in at the number 7. Cale Drake out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, rolling into turns 1 and 2. The Eibach Toyota KKM Give Back Classic Curb Record Speedway Toyota Link chassis number 97K. Again, Kyle Drake in 97. Just past the flag stand in return number 1 at Peoria, Arizona. The Avante Windows and Doors, PristineAuction.com, Petty Performance Racing, Mobile 1, CB Industries number 83. That is Drake Edwards. Drake Edwards in the number 83. Here on the front straightway out of Canyon, Texas, the Sierra Towing and Crushing, Sonny's Grocery, Taylor Sudden Service, Speedway Toyota, Bulled by Spike, Chandler Grand Prix 00. That is Brecken Reese. Brecken Reese in the 00. The driver in 4 entering turn number 1 right now, that's Steven Snyder Jr. to Rising Sun, Maryland, the RMS Racing and VibroFast, Speedway Toyota, Spike Chassis, MPV Logistics, number 4. The 5M over in turns 1 and 2. Out of Winter, Georgia, the SutterBrothers.com Tractor Parts, Honda Powered Spike Chassis, Full Circle Fabrication, K&B Racing, G-Tech Cleaning Solutions, 5M. That is Michael Magic as we go to green here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session at number 1. Problems for the 7T here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Made his way down into the infield. A lot of work done on the engine prior to today's racing program, and it looks like a little bit more work might be needed. As Drake Edwards right now the quickest driver in Dirt Draft Hot Laps at 13.283. Right now just under yesterday's Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifying time set by Justin Grant at a 13.285. Steven Snyder Jr. second quick right now at a 13.349. Cale Drake at 13.597. Brecken Reese a 13.644. Fifth quick in that one, Emerson Axon, 13.710. Michael Magic and Adam Taylor rounding out your times thus far. Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2 will make its way out to the Speedway. First driver out to the clay in this group is going to be Dason Pursley at Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The PriceAuction.com, NOS Energy Drink, Speedway Toyota, Spike Chassis, Mobile 1, CB Industries, number 86. He makes his way through turns 1 and 2. Rolling off of turns 3 and 4 right now. Driver going for a tumble last night. Repairs made, and Hayden Reinbold of Gilbert, Arizona rejoins this evening. The AME Electrical Indy Race Parts, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Spike at number 19. Justin Grant rolling into turns 1 and 2 out of Ione, California. Driver of the CB Industries, NOS Energy Drink, Speedway Toyota, Spike Chassis, Mobile 1, PriceAuction.com, number 87. Again, Grant in 87. Cannon McIntosh out of Bixby, Oklahoma, making his way into turn number 1 right now. Driver of the Mobile 1, TRD, Curb Records, Toyota, KKM, Curb Agajanian, Link Chassis, number 71K. Again, McIntosh in 71. Last night's Inferno Armor Fire Move of the Night recipient, rolling towards turn number 1 at a Greencastle, Indiana. The Curb Wreckers, D Company's Impact, Dueling Autosport, Kirby Gajanian, Stanton Shores Chassis number 63. That is Cale Coons. Cale Coons in the 63, making his first career USAC National Midget A main one night ago. Out of Southern California, rolling towards turn number 1 right now, the 80 Power Sports, Prime 47, CGCPA, Stanton Spike, Mountain Mechanical Contractors, number 57. That is Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey in the 57. Just past the flag stand out of Columbus, Indiana, the Midwest Tube Mills, Bar Properties, Setzer Manufacturing. Lynch Machining, number 43. That is Gunnar Setzer. Gunnar Setzer in the 43. That Kevin Arnold owned entry. Field begin to wind up here. Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2 goes to green. Again, Drake Edwards, the fastest driver so far, second time around for him, netting a 13.283. Excuse me, first time around was a 13.283. So drivers already under last night's fast qualifying time. Again, that was Justin Grant, 13.285. Gannon McIntosh so far the quickest driver on track in this group. He is second quick overall at a 13.267. Logan Seavey looking for a little redemption after last night. Mechanical problems sidelining him to the end-middle finishing work area just prior to the field going to green as he was set to start on the outside of row number 1. Ended up charging back to an 11th place finish, but Dason Pursley now quickest here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps at a 13.269, 13269 seconds for Dason Pursley. Drake Edwards second quick, Cannon McIntosh, Justin Grant, Logan Seavey into the top 5 at a 13.334. Steven Snyder Jr., Hayden Reinbold, Gunnar Setzer, Kel Drake, and Cale Coons right now make up the top 10 quickest. Drivers getting a green-white checkered session here in these Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Group number 3 of 4 out to the Speedway. And last night's feature winner graces the clay at Galloway, Ohio. Driver of the JBL Audio TRD Mobile 1, KKM Kirby Gajanian, number 67. That is Jacob Denny. Jacob Denny in the number 67. Off of turn number 4, the Griffiths Motorsports, West Evans Motorsports, Stanton Powered, Spike Chassis, Gray Auto, Caldwell Banker, number 75 AU. At Bakersfield, California, that is Brian Stanfill. Brian Stanfill in at the 75. Driver X is Dan Bennett out of Akron, New York. The Bennett Heating and Cooling, JSC, Studio 1404, Buffalo Skin Boutique, Super Shocks, X Machine making his way through turns 1 and 2. At San Rafael, California, here at the flag stand is going to be Frankie Guarini, the FG3 Performance, Z-Max, F&F Racing, Spike Chassis, Guarini owned, number 63G. Again, Guarini at 63. Couple of gremlins last night sidelining this driver early. He'll go at it again here tonight. Driver of the Clan Enterprises, Dusty Moon Veterinary Services, Beast Chassis, Chevrolet number 4B. That is Shelby Hinton. Shelby Hinton in the number 4B. Off of turn number 4, that will be Chris Bowie is out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the Good Guys Home Service. Bowie built Honda Ripper Chassis, High Shine Window Cleaning, number 36. Leading early last night, unfortunate mechanical problems sent him down into the infield. Back at it here tonight at Coleman, Alabama, here at the flag stand. The Inferno Armor, Metalloid 1, ShopAngryDuck.com, AcroSeal, Advanced Racing Suspension, Driver Performance number 14. That is Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin Thomas Jr. in the 14. We wind him up and we go to green here in Dirt Trap Hot Lap session number 3. And problems for Chris Bowie. The car slowing there at the exit to number 4. Hand out the side indicating. And the good guy's home service number 36. Looks like he is going to be able to make it off of the track. He will exit stage right. And we'll get him wound back up and get back after it here. Bowie, one of the drivers, out early last night. Contact with one of the infield tires, doing him in. So Dason Purser remains quickest. White flag is out here in Dirt Trap Hot Lap session number 3. We'll see if anybody can top his 13.269 second lap. So Dason remains quickest here with one more set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps to go. 13.269. Drake Edwards, a 13.283. Cannon McIntosh, a 13.287. Justin Grant, 13.296. And Logan Seavey, a 13.334. Steven Steiner Jr., 13.349. Then it's Reinbold, Thomas, Setzer, and Denny. Final group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps making its way out to the Speedway. First driver out to the clay in this group. Made the trip all the way from Royersford, Pennsylvania. The Buckwalter Roofing, Worldton Recycling, VRP Shocks, A1 Powered Elite number 25. That is Steve Buckwalter. Steve Buckwalter in the number 25. On to the back straightway into turns 3 and 4 to St. Peters, Missouri. The Kokomo Joes, Mid-Titanium. Toyota-powered Bullet by Spike, number 72J. That is Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson in the 72J. Driver rolling around to the front straightway out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. The Sound Gear TRD, Bubble 1, KKM, Kermac and Jania, number 97. That is Gavin Miller. Gavin Miller in the number 97. The Shark going to swim his way around to the front straightway. We're talking about Carter Sarf of Mason City, Illinois. The Provisio Collision Concepts, Clearview Glass, JamieSarfConstruction.com, number 21K. Couple more drivers to tell you about here on the front straightway. Jason Bennett out of Dayton, Ohio. The JB Designs, Gritty Powered Spike Chassis, Amsoil, number 29. Knoxville last night, Kokomo tonight for Thomas Mesral out of San Jose, California. The Engler Machine and Tool, Team STV, Sherbolt Suspension, High Performance Lubricants, EA Stealth Spike, number 7X. Yeah, these are the drivers for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 4. 28 drivers on hand tonight for night number 2 of the Kokomo Grand Prix with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. The green, the white, the checkered, we're underway. New driver atop of the charts, Carter Sarf at Mason City, Illinois, 13.122. So the Sharks swimming nicely here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Mason Pursley, second quick at 13.269. Drake Edwards, 13.283. Cannon McIntosh at 13.287. And Justin Grant ends a fifth quick at a 13.296. So we'll clear the track, and we'll be back with Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Honest Abe Roofing, America's reliable roofer, will present the Fast Qualifying Award for all three USAC national divisions throughout the 2025 season. Honest Abe has been installing, repairing, and maintaining residential roofs since 2005, and they want to give you the perfect roof to protect your home and keep you comfortable. Honest Abe provides the fastest service in the roofing industry, and they're supporting the fastest driver in qualifications. Visit honestaberoofing.com today to schedule your free roof inspection. Bragging rights and an extra $150 in your pocket to be tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. Justin Grant with a quick time last night, 13.285, the track record set by none other than Dylan Welch in this event in 2019, a 12.665, 94.655 average miles per hour. Green the first time by, 2 laps to get it done, your fastest lap counting towards your qualifying effort. And our first contestant enters the racetrack out of Peoria, Arizona. The Avante Windows and Doors, PristineAuction.com, Penny Performance Racing, CB Industries, Mobile 1. Number 83, this is Drake Edwards. Drake Edwards in the number 83. Best career finish in USAC National Midget action last night, bettering his from Eldora in 2024, where he finished 9th. Lap number 1 going to be a 13.013. 13.013 seconds for Drake Edwards. 8th place finish one night ago. 12 career starts in USAC National Midget competition. Comes around lap number 2, a little bit slower, 13.071, but he will set the mark at a 13.013. Next driver out to the clay is going to be the 97K. He's out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. The Ibach Toyota KKM Give Back Classic, KKM Kerbagajanian Speedway Total Link chassis number 97 of Cale Drake. Cale Drake in the 97K. Lap number 1, a 13.511. 13.511 for Cale Drake. Last night, 4th place finish. Also ran to a top 5 finish in Kokomo non-wing sprint car competition. Brings it around up at turn number 4, looking for a little bit more. He finds it at a 13.403, 13.403 seconds. Michael Magic onto the racetrack, the Georgia Racer, and the SodaBrothers.com Tractor Parts, Full Circle Fabrication, K&B Racing, Neff Realty, G-Tech Cleaning Solutions, Mike Magic owned Honda, powered to Spike Chassis number 5M. Lap number 1 is going to be a 15.150 for the D2 midget driver as he works onto the back straightaway. Up until last night, his last USAC National event was back in 2022 at Gas City. Ended up 23rd in last night's feature event, done with a mechanical issue. Brings it into the 14-second bracket, 14.697, 146.97 seconds for the driver of the number 5M. On the clock now, out of Rising Sun, Maryland, the RMS Racing and Virofab, Valco Wheels, Rod of Supply, and PB Logistics. Speedway Toyota, spike number 4. This is Steven Snyder Jr. Steven Snyder Jr. in the number 4. Brings it around on lap number 1, and he will stop the clock second quick at a 13.212. 13.212 seconds. 9th place finish last night here at the Kokomo Speedway. A trio of micro wins on the season already, including a $10,000 score at the KKM West Showdown at Plaza Park. Lap number 2, better on time, not position, 13.194. 13.194.181 seconds off of Drake Edwards. He is still the one they're chasing at a 13.013. Out of Franklin, Indiana, the Mobile 1 TRD Curb Record Speedway Total Link Chassis, KKM Kerbagajanian number 67K. This is Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum in the number 67K. The 2021 winner of the Kokomo Grand Prix comes around to lap number 1 to the 13.485 second lap. Last 2 nights with the World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars. 12th at Jacksonville, 4th last night down at Hopstop. Brings it off at turn number 4. Lap number 2 is going to be slower, 13.596. He'll stand on his opening lap at 13.485. Currently 4th quick is Emerson Axum. Problems during hot laps. He ended up ducking off early. Looks like they have got things repaired for the time being. The Wheatfield, Indiana racer of Adam Taylor, the Horizon Carpentry, Mongo Crane, King Racing Products, Atlas Chevrolet Spike Chassis number 7T. And it sounds like she is starting to lay down once again as the crew making the rounds this morning trying to work on an electrical issue. And sounds like it might still be there haunting him. 15.573 on lap number 1. He will pace low through turns 3 and 4. Does come around To complete lap number 2, it's a 16.646, so tough start once again here for the driver of the number 7T. Driver making his USAC National Midget debut last night. Walked away with an 18th place finish at Canyon, Texas. Is here towing and crushing Sonny's Grocery. Taylor Sudden Service, Speedway Toyota, Bullet by Spike Chandler Grand Prix 00. This is Brecken Reese. Brecken Reese in the 00. Lap number 1, 5th quick at a 13.592. 135.92 seconds for the 00. Brings it low through turns 3 and 4. We'll see if the Sierra towing and crushing 00 improves on lap number 2. He does. 4th quick at a 13.472. 134.72 seconds for Brecken Reese, currently 4th. 8th driver to take time is going to be Gunnar Setzer. He's out of Columbus, Indiana, driving the Midwest 2 Mills Bar Properties. The cure starts now. Setzer fabricating, link chassis number 43. 13th place finish last night in his second career USAC National Midget start. Comes around lap number 1, 5th quick at a 13.480, 13.480 for Gunnar Setzer. One of the drivers moving up out of the micro ranks. Regular up at US 24 over the years, as well as the now 600 series. Brings it down off of turn number 4, lap number 2. Better, 4th quick at a 13.466, 134.66 seconds for Gunnar Setzer. Out of Gilbert, Arizona, the AME Electrical Indy Race Parts, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Stanton SR11X Bike Chassis, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports of a 19 AZ. This is Hayden Reinbold. Hayden Reinbold, the 19 AZ, comes around 3rd quick on his opening lap, 13.400. 21st place last night, contact as Jacob Denny making his way by to put him a lap down. Ended up sailing him upside down over turns 3 and 4. Comes around lap number 2. Better on time, not position, 13.393. 3rd quick for Hayden Reinbold. Set to start to the outside of the front row in last night's feature event. Problems with the rear end. Saddled him 24th place. He ran it back up to 11th. We're talking about Logan Seavey at Southern California, the Indy Power Sports. Prime 47 CGCPA's number 57. Second quick at lap number 1. 13.175. 131.75 seconds. 6 career starts in the Grand Prix. Best finish to 6 in 2019. Comes around lap number 2, better on time, 13.073. Still second quick for Logan Seavey, off of the pace of Drake Edwards by .060. Last night's Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier onto the Speedway out of Ione, California. The NOS Energy Drink, PristineAuction.com, Mobile One, Toyota Racing Development, Speedway Toyota, Spike CB Industries, number 87. This is Justin Grant. Justin Grant, 4th quick on his opening lap, 13.257, 132.57 seconds. Ended up 5th in last night's feature event. Night number 2 of the Grand Prix in 2021. Ran 6th in that main event. Improves on lap number 2. Goes to 3rd quick at a 13.143. 131.43 seconds for Justin Grant. Your defending USAC National Midget Champion onto the Speedway. It's Dason Pursley to Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The PristineAuction.com, NOS Energy Drink, Speedway Toyota, Spike Chassis, Mobile One, CB Industries, number 86. 3rd place finish in last night's Grand Prix opener. Goes 7th quick here on lap number 1 at 13.404. 13.404 seconds for the driver of the number 86. 122 career USAC National Midget A feature starts. A 6-time Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Comes around lap number 2 and he'll jump to 3rd quick at a 13.107. 131.07 seconds for Dason Pursley. Cale Coons onto the Speedway out of Greencastle, Indiana, driving the curb records at D Company's Impact, Shores Chassis, Stanton SR11X, Dueling Autosport, Curb Agajanian, number 63. High side through 1 and 2, bottom side through turns 3 and 4 for Cale Coons. Comes around lap number 1, 11th quick, a 13.492, 134.92 seconds for Cale Coons as he rolls around to the back straightaway. Last night, his first career USAC National Midget A feature start. Ended up 10th place at the drop of the checker flag, holding off the charge of Logan Seavey. Lap number 2, slower, 13.498. He'll stand on his opening lap, but very close, 13.492. Currently 11th on the field. Good battle at the front last night for this driver. Ended up 2nd. He's out of Bixby, Oklahoma, driving the Mobile One, TRD Curb Records Toyota, Speedway Toyota, Link Chassis, KKM Curb Agajanian, number 71K. This is Cannon McIntosh. Cannon McIntosh in the 71K, lap number 1, stops the clock 6th quick at a 13.266, 132.66 seconds for the 2024 Power Eye and Extreme Outlaw Midget Champion. Brings it off at turn number 4, and lap number 2, better on time, not position, 13.212, still 6 on the grid for Cannon McIntosh. Frankie Guarini onto the speedway. He's out of San Rafael, California. Driving the F&F Racing Z-Max Spike, Stanton SR11 FT3 Performance, number 63G. Lap number 1 for Guarini. He will stop the clock. 12th quick at a 13.490, 1:34.90 seconds for the California racer. Last night's feature event, he crossed the line 14th. Rolls down to the bottom side, up to the middle through turns 3 and 4. Front straightaway bound and better. 7th quick at a 13.378, 1:33.78 seconds for Frankie Guarini, currently sitting 7th. Leading the opening 12 laps in last night's feature event, the driver to Coleman, Alabama, the Inferno Armor, Metalloid 1, ShopAngryDuck.com, Acro Seal, Advanced Racing Suspension, Four Kings Racing, Link Chassis, Stanton Power, number 14. This is Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin Thomas Jr., 7th quick on his opening lap at a 13.242. Caution with 2 to go, and mechanical problems would sideline him down into the infield, netting him a 20th place finish last night. Comes around lap number 2, and he is slower, 13.304. Stands on his opening lap, 13.242. 7th quick currently for KTJ. Taking time now, 17th driver to qualify as last night's feature winner at Galloway, Ohio, the JBL Audio TRD Toyota Mobile 1 KKM Kerbigajanian Link Chassis number 67. This is Jacob Denny. Jacob Denny in the number 67. 8th quick on lap number 1, 13.293, 1:32.93 seconds for the driver, the number 67. 4th career victory in USAC National Competition last night, the first time here at Kokomo. Brings it off at turn number 4 and slower, 13.299, 13.293 his opening lap. Be the one he stands on. That's 8th quick right now for Jacob Denny. Out of Bakersfield, California, the West Evans Motorsports, Caldwell Banker, Stanton Spike Chassis, Flying A Motorsports, Griffith Motorsports, number 75 AU. This is Brian Stanfill. Brian Stanfill in the 75 AU comes around 16th quick on his opening lap of 14.048, 1:40.48 seconds. 17th place finish last night, matching his prelim night run from 2021. Night number 2 ended up 20th. Comes around lap number 2, slower, 14.076, 14.048. Lap number 1 will be his best attempt, currently 16th on the grid. Problems with this driver during hot laps. Chris Bowie out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the Good Guys Home Service. Bowie built Honda, Ripper Chassis, High Shine Window Cleaning. Bill Bowie owned at number 36. Again, crash in his heat race last night, sidelining him early. Comes around lap number 1, 17th quick at a 14.071, 1:40.71 seconds. Family with long ties to USAC Racing all the way back into the 1970s. Brings it through turns 3 and 4. We'll see if he betters his time. Lap number 2 finds the checkered flag flying, and he does by 1 spot, 14.002, 1:40.02 seconds for Chris Bowie, currently 16th. 20th driver onto the clay, and X marks the spot for Dan Bennett out of Akron, New York. The Bennett Heating and Cooling, Gertie Powered, Ripper Chassis, JSC, Studio 1404, Buffalo Skin Boutique, JB Design, Super Shocks, X Machine. Last night ended up being his first USAC National Midget A feature start. He's 18th quick on his opening lap at a 14.684, 1:46.84 seconds. 19th place is where he was scored last night officially. Brings her around the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. We'll see if he improves here on his second attempt. And he does on time, not position, 14.639. Still 18th, though, for Dan Bennett. Another driver having to deal with some mechanical gremlins last night. The crew thinking they may have narrowed it down to the crank trigger. He's out of Beverly, Louisiana, driving the Dusty Moon Veterinary Services Chevrolet-powered Beast Chassis, Klotz Lubricants, Clad Enterprises, number 4B. Former national champion of Now 600 Micro Competition, brings it around lap number 1, 16th fastest at a 13.765, 1:37.65 seconds. First time that particular car has ever graced an outdoor racetrack. Normally, you only see that car racing at the Chili Bowl Nationals back in Tulsa in January. Comes around lap number 2, better, 13.579. So better on time, not position, 16th for Shelby Hinton. Driver who was very quick during Dirt Draft Hot Laps. We'll see what he can do here during Honest Abe Roofing qualifying at Mason City, Illinois. The Provisio, Collision Concepts, Speedway Toyota, Spike Chassis, Clearview Glass, JamieSarfConstruction.com, number 21K. This is Carter Sarf. Carter Sarf in the number 21K. Second quick on lap number 1, 13.066, 1:30.66 seconds for the driver of the number 21K. 7th place finish in last night's feature event. Comes around lap number 2, slower, 13.214. Second quick for Carter Sarf with his opening lap of 13.066. The one and only Team-Ez on track out of San Jose, California. The England Machine and Tool Team-Ez TV, sure-built suspension, high-performance lubricants, Tim Engler-owned spike chassis, EA Stealth number 7X. Thomas Meserol coming around on his opening lap, 14th quick at a 13.470, 1.347 at 0 seconds. Knoxville Raceway bound last night in the Kayleen Verville 0-1, 19th in 360 competition. 5 Kokomo Grand Prix starts. The best finish, the 7th of 2019. Comes around 8th quick on his second lap at 13.214, 1.3214 seconds for Thomas Meserol. 24th driver on track to qualify at Royersford, Pennsylvania. The Buckwalter Roofing, Royalton Recycling, VRP Shocks, A1 Powered Elite Chassis, Brian Buckwalter, row number 25. This is Steve Buckwalter. Steve Buckwalter in the number 25. Last night's feature event. Cross the line 16th, comes around lap number 1 at 13.717, 1.3717 seconds for Steve Buckwalter. Last visit in 2014 and 2015, a 20th and a 4th place run. Comes around lap number 2, does improve by 1 position to 13.555 for Steve Buckwalter, and 13.555 for the driver of the number 25. Gavin Miller onto the Speedway out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. The Sound Gear, TRD, Mobile One Curb Breakers, Toyota, Speedway Toyota Power to Link Chassis, KKM, Curb Agajanian, number 97. 10th quick on his opening lap at 13.282, 1.3282 seconds. 6th place finish last night for Gavin Miller. 49 career USAC National Midget A feature starts. 1 career win in Bloomington in 2023. Comes around lap number 2. Better on time. Still 10th quick at a 13.280. 1.3280 seconds for Gavin Miller. Out of St. Peters, Missouri, the Kokomo Joe Smith Titanium, Toyota, Bulla by Spike, AFD Graphics, sure-built suspension, Joe Johnson on number 72J. It's Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson in the number 72J. Stops the clock lap number 1, 19th quick at a 13.531, 1.3531 seconds for Sam Johnson. 41 career USAC National Midget starts last night, 15th place finish for the St. Peters, Missouri racer. Brings it low off of turn number 4, lap number 2, slower, 13.573, 13.531. His best attempt on lap number 1, currently 19th on the field. Jason Bennett on track at Dayton, Ohio. The JB Designs, Gertie Powered Spike Chassis, Bennett Heating and Cooling, Amsoil, number 29. And problems. Bennett off of turn number 4 went up and he found the concrete. Gets back in the throttle. 16.038 on his opening lap. 16.038 for the Dayton, Ohio racer. 22nd place finish last night. Contact with the wall, lap number 1. Lap number 2, much better. Comes around and improves by 1 spot. 13.294, 13.294. So 27 out of 28 will take time. The 27X of Kyle Jones, unfortunately, not able to come out and qualify, as that'll wrap up Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. 5th quick tonight is Justin Grant. 4th is Dason Pursley. 3rd is Logan Seavey. 2nd is Carter Sarf. And tonight, your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier, turning a lap time of 13.013 seconds, is the driver out of Peoria, Arizona. The Vontae Windows and Doors, PristineAuction.com, Petty Performance Racing, CB Industries, Bubble One, number 83. Race fans, give him a hand, Drake Edwards. So 13.013 seconds for Drake Edwards. For the first time in his career, he is an Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. So sprint car heat's already being called into staging. We will have Drake Edwards down to get a word with Christy here in just a moment, and then we'll roll into opening ceremonies this evening. So again, Drake Edwards, tonight's quick qualifier. Carter Sarf was second quick. Logan Seavey was third. Dason Persley was fourth. Justin Graham was fifth quick. Steven Steiner Jr. sixth quick tonight. Cannon McIntosh was seventh. Thomas Meserol, Kevin Thomas Jr., and Gavin Miller rounding out the top 10. Difference among the top 10, 0.267 seconds. Let's head down to Christy Bemis.
So as you mentioned, Brian, Drake Edwards picking up his first career Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifying Award with the USAC Nos Energy Drink National Midget Series. And Drake, you moved all the way here to Indianapolis to commit to Petty Performance Racing, set to run the full schedule this year with the USAC Nos Energy Drink National Midget Series. Does it feel like it's all coming together today?
Yes, I think so, finally. I'm a whole lot more comfortable now in Chad's cars and with his guys and just their knowledge of everything. I feel like I can just really focus on myself and driving and that sort of aspect to it. But no, it's been a blast working with the PPR guys and the CBI guys and really putting this whole deal together, and thankful for Jerry Petty at Avanti Windows and Doors to let me do this whole deal. So we got a really, really fast race car, so I think if I just clean up some things in the main, I think we'll be good to go.
Again, first career Fast Time Award with the USAC National Series, and everything seems a little bit cooler at Kokomo, so obviously that's cool on its own, but to do it here at this really historic venue, how special is that?
Yeah, it's very special. So we came here last summer for Midget Week, and I've told them when we went home, I think Kokomo's like my new favorite racetrack, so it's really cool to the first quick time to be here, so it's pretty special.
Special stuff here for Drake Edwards, picking up his first career Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifying Award for night number 2 of the Kokomo Grand Prix. And I did get a fun fact from Drake York that Drake Edwards is the first driver named Drake to pick up a USAC Nos Energy Drink National Fast Time Award. So I don't know what that's worth, but it seemed really important to him.
Can't imagine why. Can't imagine. Can't put my finger on it. Anyway. Again, congratulations to Drake Edwards. Tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier also gets an extra $150. As is that time, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please rise for tonight's invocation and national anthem? If you would, please remove cover. Out of respect to those who serve this nation and in honor of those who have given their lives in her defense, we turn now to Dave Cochran.
Father God, we come before you tonight. We thank you for a beautiful night to have a race. God, a beautiful facility to race in. Father, we thank you for each and every one that's here, each and every one of the fans, officials, each one of the drivers, crews. God, each one of the photographers. We pray that you'll just be with us all tonight. Give us a good and a safe night of racing. Keep your hand upon us, Lord. Bless each and everything that we do. God, I pray that you'll be with the men and women that fight for the freedom that we enjoy tonight. Strengthen them, bring them home safely and quickly to their families. Father, we ask it all in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Up on the program, they will have 4 heat races here this evening. Cars being called to the staging lanes, and with the call on that, we'll have Jake Dalton.
Thank you very much, Brian. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, race fans? Here at the track and live on FloRacing. Thank you so much for tuning in and being here tonight. We are just about ready to get things underway. Hot laps and qualifying. The curtains have closed on those, and we are looking forward to some heat racing here for the Kokomo Sprint Cars. 4 heat races here on tap for us, and we'll have 8 drivers in each. The top 4 will secure themselves a spot in tonight's A main. If you're not in that top 4, you'll be trying to race your way in once we get to some B main action later tonight. Again, we want to remind everyone here at the track, if you want to try your luck at some extra winnings here tonight, 50/50 tickets are being sold under the grandstands on the back stretch. And if you want to try to take home some extra winnings here tonight, try your luck. Check out back there underneath the grandstands and grab yourself a 50/50 ticket. We'll be announcing that winner later tonight. We are here, night 2 of the Kokomo Grand Prix. Kokomo non-wing 410 Sprint's going to open up action. And they will start to roll their way on. 8 cars in each of these 4 heat races. Last night we saw Kevin Thomas Jr., Jake Swanson, and C.J. Leary stand tall in the 3 heat races that we saw last night. As I've talked about, Kevin Thomas Jr. not running here tonight. Jake Swanson not running in the non-wing 410 sprints tonight either. So, and as we've talked about, Kevin Thomas Jr. was the big winner last night in the local non-wing sprints here. So with Kevin Thomas Jr. not running here in night 2, we will be crowning a different winner here no matter what. First, we have got some heat races to get to as these cars start to make their way on. Kokomo Sprint Car heat race is going to get underway following the USAC National Midgets qualifying, where Drake Edwards able to take the fast time, and I believe was the very first car out that came out, and every car that came out afterwards not able to nab that fast time. And in the Kokomo Sprint Cars, it was Trey Osborne, the 6T, that had fast time. We will not see him until the 3rd heat race. Heat race number 3. That's when Trey Osborne will make his way out. Taking a look at this first group here in this first heat race. It will feature that car right there, the 13P of Cameron LaRose, a very, very fast car throughout night 1 here in the Kokomo Grand Prix. He will start on row 1 on the outside of Jack Hoyer, who will lead the field to the green. Jack Hoyer and Cameron LaRose on row 1. Shane Cottle in the 86 racing out of Kansas, Illinois. He will line up on the inside of Chance Crum in the 83C to make up row 2. Braden Cromwell in the 4 will line up on the inside of Tony Helton to make up row 3. Colin Grissom in the 00G with Todd Hobson in the 44. I believe Todd Hobson, the lone driver in this field that was not here for night 1. Cameron LaRose in the 13P, like I talked about, starting up on the front row. He was very fast last night. A front runner for these non-wing 410 sprints. Top 4 going to advance into tonight's A main and get the work out of the way early to make sure that they are good to go for tonight. Don't have to worry about racing their way in a B main. We are going to get the field doubled up. We are just about ready to get racing action underway, ladies and gentlemen. As the field gets doubled up again, on row 1, it'll be Jack Hoyer in the 57 on the inside of Cameron LaRose. Shane Cottle in row 2 on the inside of Chance Crum. Row 3 will be Braden Cromwell in the 4 on the inside of Todd Helton in the 87. And I believe we are missing the 44 of Todd Hobson out there. So it'll be 7 cars lined up with the top 4 going to punch their ticket in. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're here at the track, whether you're live on FloRacing, thanks everyone for spending your Sunday evening with us here, Sunday night of racing. It is time to get things underway. We're kicking it off with the Kokomo non-wing 410 sprints. It's Jack Hoyer and Cameron LaRose on the front row. They will lead us to the green, and we are Sunday night racing here at Kokomo. Sliding their way through 1 and 2. Jack Hoyer sent it down to the inside to take the lead, and over into 3 and 4 they go. We'll keep our eyes on the front and keep our eyes on the top transfer spots. Remember, the top 4 punch themselves into the A-main. Jack Hoyer is our leader. This is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th that we can see here on FloRacing. That is Braden Cromwell in that white and yellow number 4. He holds the final transfer spot, getting chased down by Chance Crum. And that is Jack Hoyer up there comfortably holding on to the lead. We'll see Colin Grissom and Chance Crum trying to attack Braden Cromwell right here. This is the battle for the transfer spot as 3 cars going to duke it out, all trying to punch themselves straight into the A-main. Jack Hoyer still comfortably holds on in front. Braden Cromwell going to need 4 more laps of defense. Chance Crum trying to work his way around this white and yellow number 4. Working the inside line, but the outside's going to give the run down the backstretch. Braden Cromwell will hang on for now. Can Chance Crum slip up and try to work the high line? Braden Cromwell will throw the block. Laps ticking down here. Chance Crum right on the tail as we go into 1 and 2. He'll try to slide up in front. Braden Cromwell is going to try to cross him over down to the inside as they go back into 3 and 4. Chance Crum looks like he may have the spot as they come out with laps winding down. That is P4 over to Chance Crum. He now steps himself up into the A-main. Jack Hoyer still comfortably out in front. This is the battle for the transfer spot. The leader is taking the white. Jack Hoyer takes the white flag. Braden Cromwell going to try to get back by Chance Crum, but Chance Crum may have locked himself in here. Jack Hoyer heads himself into 3 and 4, and nice and smooth here in the first heat race of the night. Jack Hoyer in the 57 wins it and punches himself into the A-main. Chance Crum will hang on to that 4th spot. Jack Hoyer, Shane Cottle, Cameron LaRose, and Chance Crum will advance into tonight's A-main. It'll be Tony Helton, Braden Cromwell, Colin Grissom, and Todd Hobson. If we do see him, they will move on to some B-main action. That is our winner right there. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Hoyer. Jack Hoyer gets it done in the first heat race of the evening. And it is Jack Hoyer, Cameron LaRose, Shane Cottle, Chance Crum that advance into the A-main. We will see the rest of that squad later for some B-main action. Heat race number 2 is going to roll their way on. This heat race will feature last night's fast time with Cale Drake in the 2B, as well as Jaden Rogers, as I said, a driver that was not here for night 1. He is here ready to throw down for night 2. Abby Holbein in the 2A, Cole Kirkman in the 81. A few other drivers that were not here for night 1 here ready for night 2. That is Zach Pretorius right there that makes his way into 1 and 2. He was here throwing down last night, got caught up in a bit of a scrap in the A-main feature. We saw him go into the wall on the outside of turn 2, really tore up the left rear on that 9Z of Zach Pretorius. Again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in, whether you're here on FloRacing or whether you are here at the track. Thanks, everyone, for spending your weekend with us here at the Kokomo Grand Prix. We will be back in just a couple weeks on a Monday night, May 12th, for some midweek mayhem that will feature the winged 410 sprints. We'll put some wings on the top of these things, and that will also feature the Kubota High Limit Racing. That goes down on a Monday night. That we'll be throwing down racing action, kicking off the week here at Kokomo. And we will be here on May 25th for BC's Indiana Double. that is when we will see these non-wing 410 sprints here. They are here all year long, are these regional non-wing 410 sprints. We can look forward to them putting on a show all throughout 2025. And May 25th rather, will also feature the Modifieds and the Thunder Cars. It'll be the first time that we see those two divisions out here on the dirt. As heat race number 2 gets ready to get fired up here. Taking a look at our field here for heat race number 2. As I said, fast time from last night. Cale Drake, he is in here. He will start up on P1. On the inside of Harley Burns in the 16, row 2, Saban Bybit. In the orange, number 5, on the inside of Kyle Cummins. Kyle Cummins not here last night. We know that's a fast race car. Zach Pretorius in the 9Z on the inside of Jaden Rogers makes up row 3. And row 4, Abby Holbein in the 2A. On the inside of Cole Kirkman in the 81, heat race number 2. For the Kokomo Sprints, top 4 will punch themselves into the A main. Fast time from last night. And the USAC National Midgets Hard Charger, Cale Drake, starts up in P1. Kokomo Sprint Cars heat race number 2 to the green. Sliding it through 1 and 2. Harley Burns immediately trying to cross over. They may have touched as they went down the back stretch. The top 4 trying to pull away from the field. The leaders sliding it through 3 and 4. Harley Burns tried to grab it there from Cale Drake. Now he's under attack from Kyle Cummins, who has quickly worked his way into the battle for the lead. Kyle Cummins slides it through 1 and 2. Harley Burns takes it back. As they battle there, that's for 2nd and 3rd. Saban Bybit holds on to that 4th and final transfer spot. Cale Drake, our leader. Harley Burns trying to chase him down. They're going at it here in this second heat race. Cale Drake, Harley Burns, Kyle Cummins, Saban Bybit currently make up our top 4. It's going to be tough to keep our eyes on the transfer spots as well as the top 3. The top 3 look like they may go at it. And Saban Bybit looks like he may be having to play some defense. Kyle Cummins working around the outside here of Harley Burns. This is a battle for P2. As around the outside, Kyle Cummins takes the long way around, and he will take away 2nd spot. Saban Bybit still comfortably holding on to that 4th and final transfer spot. Cale Drake, Kyle Cummins, Harley Burns, Saban Bybit comfortably our top 4. Zach Pretorius, Jaden Rogers trying to attack Saban Bybit. Saban Bybit nice and smooth in that P4 spot, and the leaders looking smooth as laps wind down here. We may have our top 4 already. 2 to go for Cale Drake as he came by this time. This is Jaden Rogers in the red 66, and that orange 5 of Saban Bybit is the final transfer spot. We'll see if Jaden Rogers can try to reel him in. The leaders are taking the white flag, and Kyle Cummins is challenging Cale Drake for the lead as they go into 1 and 2. Kyle Cummins trying to slide him up the outside line, working there for Cale Drake. They'll slide it into 3 and 4. This is the battle for the lead. It's going to come down the line. Kyle Cummins takes the inside, down to the line, nose to nose. I believe it goes to Cale Drake, who will take it. Saban Bybit hangs on to P4, and the heat races going at it here for the Kokomo Sprints. Cale Drake hangs on for P1. Cale Drake right there in that black and blue 2B, able to throw up the stone wall, able to just hold off Kyle Cummins. Kyle Cummins gave him everything that he could handle, but these are just heat races.